Throughout the years, I've worked through various injuries in my lower back, and yoga has been very helpful. So, I'm going to show you a series of movements and postures that has helped me through my lower back injuries, and I hope they're helpful for you. Now, anytime that you start to feel a really pronounced or intense sensation in your lower back, I want you to back off. Pain is not helpful with this type of injury or any injury at all. But even underdoing can be really helpful in this type of practice because healing is going to be the most sustainable over a long, progressive period of time. And so try to be very aware and conscious as you move. Try not to create too much sensation in any one posture. And if you do start to feel a lot of sensation, see if you can back out maybe 5 to 10% and just hold that position as we work. So some things that you'll need for today: a strap. And if you don't have a yoga strap, you can just use a belt. A yoga block, it will also be helpful for today's practice. And if you don't have a block, maybe just like a thick, sturdy book will be helpful. And so let's begin. And come to lie down onto your back with your strap. And keep your block handy and set it to the side. And you come to lie down and take the strap around your right foot. You can place it just beneath your toes on the pad of your foot. Take your strap into both of your hands and point your right leg and foot up towards the ceiling. Now give the strap a decent pull, but at the same time, press your foot firmly back into the strap. Pull down enough through the strap to where you feel your thigh bone plug towards the back of your hip socket. Breathe in and out of your nose. And now take your strap, both tail ends, into your right hand. Place your left palm on top of your left thigh. Secure your left thigh where it is, and then guide your right foot out to the right side. In the moment that you start to feel your left hip bone or left thigh bone lift, pause and try not to go any further through your right leg. Press firmly through your right big toe mound and right inner heel. Press away from your pelvis and feel the lengthening quality across your inner thigh. Take your leg up towards the ceiling. Switch your grip. Take your strap into your left hand. And now guide your lifted leg over to the left. It might only be a few inches for some, or maybe you start to take your leg further over to the left. And it's okay for the right hip, the right side of your pelvis to lift, as long as it feels okay in your lower back. Find a place to pause and then pull on the strap and kick into your strap. Even though you're pulling and kicking, these movements aren't intended to be aggressive, but rather focus on your breath and notice where you can soften while maintaining just a little bit of tension in your strap. Guide your leg up towards the ceiling. And then bend your knee. Plant your foot onto the ground. And then wrap your strap around your left foot. and take it up towards the ceiling. Your right leg can be bent or extended, so find a position that feels good for you. You can take the tail ends of the straps into both hands and then press your foot up and pull down on the strap with your hands. So anytime I'm working into my lower back area, I like to focus on the areas neighboring my lower back. So for example, the pelvis or the legs. And since the body is very much connected, and just by working through your pelvis and your legs can have a direct correlation to your lower back. And take the strap into your left hand, right palm on top of your thigh, and then allow for your left leg to tilt out to the left side. Doesn't have to go far. And the sensation doesn't have to be deep or pronounced. Just allow your body to take a shape and create enough sensation that you're present. Press more firmly through your left big toe mound and left inner heel. Take the strap up towards the ceiling. Take the strap into your right hand. And now guide your leg over to the right side. You're going to create a gentle twist. It's okay for the left hip to lift. But the moment you start to feel a lot of sensation, pause and maybe even back out a little bit. When it comes to pain, it's good to underdo some movements so you don't build more inflammation or more tension into your body. Take one more breath. And then guide your leg up towards the ceiling. Bend your knee and release the strap down to the side. Plant both feet onto the ground. And then gently windshield wiper your knees side to side. Keep breathing in and out of your nose, and now take a hold of your block. Press down into your feet, lift your hips, and then insert the block on its lowest setting underneath your sacrum area, or the space just above your tailbone. Find where your sacrum lands comfortably onto your block. And then from here, take a hold of your right shorts or pants or your right leg, and then take your knee gently in towards your chest. Now you're welcome to keep your left leg bent, or you can extend it towards the ground. And once again, just creating enough sensation that you're present, but not so much to where it starts to feel overwhelming or painful. And release your right foot down to the ground. And then bend your left knee. Take a hold of wherever you can. Maybe it's just your pant leg, the back of your thigh, maybe even around your kneecap. And then gently encourage your thigh towards your belly, and your right leg can stay bent or extended. Use this time to really nurture the areas where you're feeling tender or sensitive. And release your left foot down to the ground. Take a hold of your block, release it from underneath your sacrum, and lower your pelvis down. Take your block on the more narrow setting and place it in between your inner thighs. And now squeeze your thighs into the block firmly. Begin to press through your feet and lift your hips up. You're going to come into a soft bridge. You don't have to come up to your fullest maximum potential, but maybe just about halfway. Lift your hips about halfway up and away from the ground, and then slowly start to feel the articulation of your spine. Start to lower through your upper spine, mid-spine, lower spine, all the way till your sacrum touches the ground. And a few times with the breath. Inhale, press through your feet, lift your hips up, lift your spine, and then exhale, lower through your upper mid-back, low back, and sacrum. Inhale, lift up, make sure you squeeze the block, turn on your inner thighs. And then exhale, lower through your spine and through your sacrum and ground down. One more time. Inhale, lift yourself up, squeeze your block. Exhale, lower slow and all the way down. And take your block, set it to the side. And then draw both of your knees in towards your chest. And place your hands on top of your kneecaps. And then gently draw your knees away from your thighs. Feel your tailbone ground. And then draw your knees in towards your chest. Feel your tailbone lift. Do a couple rounds of that. Knees away from your belly. Ground through your tail. Draw your knees towards your chest and lift through your tail. Rock your pelvis, rock through your tailbone. And finish your next round. Go ahead and roll over to one side and lift yourself up to a kneeling position. Place your hands onto the ground. You're going to arrive into a tabletop. In this tabletop pose, bring your big toes to touch. Begin to lower your belly. Lift your gaze and encourage your chest forward. And now begin to round your spine. Tuck your chin to your chest and start to lower your hips back towards your heels. On an inhale, shift forward, shoulders over wrist. Take your gaze up and lower your belly. And on an exhale, round your spine, sit towards your heels, and tuck your chin towards your chest. Inhale, shift your chest forward, drop your belly and look up. And sit back, exhale, chin to chest, and dome through your spine. Take it nice and slow. Inhale, heart forward, gaze up. Exhale, sit back and round your spine. Inhale, drop your belly, gaze up. Exhale, sit back and round. And then position yourself back into tabletop pose, and you separate your feet. And then walk your hands up towards your hips. go ahead and step your right foot forward out in front of you. And then bring your palms to your sacrum area and then press down. So try to encourage your tailbone and the tops of your buttocks down. Squeeze your elbows back. And now close your eyes for a moment and imagine lifting the back of your rib cage away from your sacrum. So try to create space in your lower back. Now keep that sensation and tone through your left glute muscle. Bring your hands behind your skull. And then you're going to slowly dip your right elbow down towards the mat. And avoid overdoing. And keep your elbows nice and wide. And you will compress down slightly through the right side of your lower back. So be conscious of that. Try to create a little bit of length and space through both sides of your body. Allow for that compression on the right side to be very gentle. And lift up to a neutral spine, hands still behind your skull. And now take a twist to the right. So start to turn your chest over to the right side. Keep your elbows nice and wide. Use the tone of your left glute muscle to stabilize your pelvis and avoid going too deep. And turn yourself back to the center. Lower your hands to your hips and lower your right knee down. Set up for the second side. And step your left foot forward. And start by placing your palms to your sacrum area. Fingers can be up, down, or to the sides. Press your sacrum down. Now lift the back of your rib cage and breathe. And bring your hands behind your skull. Keep spaciousness in your lower back. Open through your elbows and then gently tilt your left elbow down towards the ground. And in this lateral bend, keep pressing your skull back into your palms and lift slightly through your right elbow. Lift yourself up to a neutral spine. Lift the crown of your head. Stay long and begin to twist over to your left side. Don't worry about going deep into the twist. Just provide your spine with some gentle rotation. If you want to go deeper, just simply deepen your breath. You don't have to move your body into a painful position. And turn yourself forward. Hands to your hips. And bring your left knee to meet your right. Take your hands onto your sacrum area again. And this time, press your tailbone down, tops of your buttocks down, and then encourage your pelvis slightly forward. You can squeeze your elbows closer together, lift your chest as high as it'll go, and take your gaze up towards the ceiling. Keep toning through your belly, breathing expansiveness across your lungs. One more breath. And then sit down onto your heels and swing your legs forward. You're welcome to sit up onto a block or a blanket if you tend to slouch back. But extend your left leg forward and draw your right knee in. And then take both arms, wrap them around your leg, squeeze your knee towards your chest, lift your chest, and then simply turn your chest to the right. In that moment, you start to feel like you're slouching backwards. Use the leverage and the strength of your arms to pull your heart slightly forward and up. Move on to the second side. So extend your right leg. Bend your left knee in. Wrap both arms around. Pull. Lift through your chest. And then very gently take a twist over to the left side. It can be very tempting to want to go deeper and deeper. But deeper doesn't always mean more productive. So what more productive might look like is just placing yourselves into these very simple shapes, bringing all different types of movement into your spine so your spine can find more freedom, but not overdoing anything. And release and then turn forward. Extend your leg, plant your hands, and then come to lie all the way down onto your back. Plant your feet onto the ground, and then once again, windshield wiper your knees side to side. Pause in the middle, and then cross your right ankle to your left thigh. So you're going to create a reclined figure 4 position. You're welcome to stay here and simply press your right knee forward with your hand, so right hand or right thigh. Or you can take a hold of your left thigh and float your left foot off the ground. And part of finding space in your body is to soften into your body. So focus more on softening your forehead and your jaw than trying to go deeper and try to get your left knee towards your chest. Focus on softening, a little less on range of motion and depth. And then release your foot down, unwind, plant your right foot. And then take your left ankle to your thigh. You can stay here and encourage your knee forward. Or float your other foot off the ground and take a hold of your thigh. Especially when it comes to an injury in your lower back, patience is key. And use this time to care for your body and do it consistently over a long period of time. I found that to be much more beneficial and productive than just doing things sporadically, trying to overdo or go really deep into certain stretches. It's just not helpful. Patience, repetition, over a long period of time. Those elements are key. Unwind yourself. Plant both feet onto the ground. And once again, windshield wiper your knees side to side. And float your feet off the ground. Hands to your kneecaps. And once again, draw your knees in and away from your chest. Feel your tailbone lift and then lower. Tailbone lift and then lower. Lift your tailbone, hug your knees in. Roll over to the side and lift yourself up to a seat. I hope these movements are helpful for you. And remember, patience, repetition over a long period of time will be very productive. Avoid trying to create any intense type of sensation, especially if you're already feeling a lot of pain in your lower back. Take care of your lower back, and your lower back will take care of you. Namaste.